Audiobooks for Everyone presents The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. Full book summary. On the fog-shrouded streets of Victorian London, a chilling mystery unfolds, one that begins with a peculiar tale told by a respected lawyer named Mr. Gabriel John Utterson. Reserved and rational, Utterson is a man of logic and loyalty. He is deeply concerned when he hears from his friend, Mr. Enfield, about a disturbing incident involving a sinister figure named Edward Hyde. Enfield recounts how, one night, he witnessed a small, deformed man trample a young girl in the street. When caught, the man, Hyde, was oddly calm, but what shocked Enfield most was that this unpleasant character paid off the girl's family with a check signed by a well-respected gentleman, Dr. Henry Jekyll. Utterson is troubled. Dr. Jekyll is a close friend and client, known for his generosity and moral integrity. But Utterson knows that Jekyll recently drew up a strange will, leaving everything to this same Edward Hyde, a man no one seems to know much about. Utterson, fearing that Hyde is blackmailing Jekyll, begins to investigate. His search leads him deeper into a web of secrecy and fear. He learns that Hyde is rarely seen, but everyone who meets him reacts the same way, with an inexplicable sense of horror and revulsion. There's something unnaturally wrong about him, beyond his appearance. Utterson's suspicions grow stronger when he confronts Jekyll about the will. The doctor brushes off his concerns, insisting that he can be rid of Hyde whenever he chooses. But the mystery deepens. Time passes, and Hyde vanishes. Jekyll appears to have returned to his old self, cheerful, sociable, and full of life. He throws dinner parties again and assures Utterson that the dark chapter of Hyde is closed. But the peace is short-lived. One night, a brutal murder shocks the city. A respected member of Parliament, Sir Danvers Carew, is found beaten to death with a cane, one Utterson recognizes as belonging to Jekyll. Witnesses describe the murderer, Edward Hyde. Hyde has disappeared without a trace. Utterson races to Jekyll's home, but the doctor refuses to see him. Through Jekyll's butler, Poole, Utterson learns that the doctor is locked in his laboratory, and his servants are terrified. They speak of strange noises, the sound of weeping, and a voice that no longer sounds like Jekyll's at all. Poole, desperate and frightened, begs Utterson for help. Convinced that foul play is involved, the two men break down the lab door and find a shocking sight. Dr. Jekyll is gone. In his place, the twisted corpse of Edward Hyde lies crumpled on the floor, a vial of poison in his hand. Among the chaos, they discover a letter addressed to Utterson. It is a confession, Jekyll's final testament. As Utterson reads, the horrifying truth is revealed. Dr. Henry Jekyll, the respected scientist and man of good standing, had long wrestled with the duality of human nature. He believed that within every person lay two selves, one noble and moral, the other base and wicked. Tormented by his own darker impulses and desiring freedom without consequence, Jekyll developed a potion designed to separate these two natures. To his amazement, the potion worked. When he drank it, he transformed physically and mentally into another man, Edward Hyde. As Hyde, Jekyll experienced unrestrained freedom. He could indulge his every vice without guilt or fear of tarnishing his good name. But with that freedom came a terrible cost. The more he became Hyde, the stronger Hyde grew. Jekyll no longer controlled the transformations, they began happening spontaneously, even without the potion. At first, he enjoyed the duality. He believed he could control it. But Hyde's appetites grew darker. The murder of Sir Danvers Carew was the breaking point. Jekyll was horrified by what Hyde had done. He vowed never to take the potion again. For a time, he lived in repentance. But temptation returned. Craving the thrill of being Hyde, Jekyll drank the potion once more, and this time, the balance shifted permanently. Hyde began to surface without warning. Jekyll had lost control. In desperation, he locked himself in his laboratory, hoping to find a way to reverse the changes. But the ingredients for the potion were running out, and he could not recreate them. He was trapped in a nightmare of his own making. With the last of his strength, he wrote the confession and took his final dose, choosing death over becoming Hyde forever. Thus ends The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, a tragic tale of science, morality, and the duality that lies within every human soul. Stevenson's Gothic novella is not just a story of horror and mystery, but a haunting allegory about the eternal struggle between good and evil that exists in all of us. The end.